These businesses are hurting real bad because of the pandemic. Hey, what's good guys? My name is Jordan and you read the title. Let's get into the video. 1. Malls and high streets. During the lockdown, people were told not to leave the house to flatten the curve, and this meant that everything was closed and malls and high streets took a hit. Then when the lockdown was lifted and the people were allowed to go out to the malls and high streets, a lot of people were hesitant to do so, and the people that did, they had to keep the social distancing, which meant that shops couldn't allow lots of people in at one time. They had to control the amount of people that were allowed in. And on top of this, online stores in recent years have been stealing the high street's thunder, and during the lockdown they took an even bigger share of the market, and now high streets have a battle on their hand to entice and attract customers through their doors. 2. Restaurants, bars and clubs. Social distancing is key to prevent the spread of the virus, and while people were in lockdown, takeouts were booming and are still booming, but restaurants, bars and clubs suffered a lot. And now that lockdown is over, as of recording this video in September 2020, the restaurants are struggling to attract consumers into their restaurants. That's why the UK government created a Eat Out to Help Out initiative to get the restaurants, pubs and bars back on their feet and get the economy moving again. But same can't be said for nightclubs, because clubs rely on everyone being close to each other, listening to music, dancing and having a drink or two or three or four or five or six or a dozen. They are still closed in the UK as of making this video in September 2020. 3. Live events. Most sports have resumed now, but the stadiums are empty, and this is hitting a lot of sports hard as they lose a massive chunk of their revenue from match day tickets. This affects the people employed by the clubs and organizations, as well as sports stars, the owners and everyone that's on a payroll. It also affects other businesses that rely on the match day crowd for their income, such as pubs, coffee shops, restaurants and local shops, taxi drivers that are transporting people from to and places, along with public transport staff. Concerts and live music festivals have all been cancelled and not sure when they will return, and same goes for any live event that requires people to be in close proximity to each other, meaning a lot of musicians are losing out on a lot of money, and the everyday people that work for these festivals, such as technicians, sound engineers, the organizers, the stewards that marshal the festival goers, just to name a few, along with the local restaurants, shops, coffee shops and taxi drivers that are transporting people to and from places. 4. The travel industry. The travel industry is hurting real bad from this pandemic. As the world went into lockdown, flights reduced massively and a lot of companies went bust as they could not keep the lights on. People that had pre-booked their flights now were cancelling and wanting a refund, while there were no new bookings to keep the companies afloat. Even after the lockdown, a lot of countries have their no-go zones and restrictions of travel, and it's becoming a hassle to fly out. And because a lot of rules and restrictions, a lot of people are deciding to do staycations for the summer instead of traveling abroad. 5. The hotel industry. This is tied with the travel industry, as less and less people are traveling. Hotels are receiving fewer and fewer people that are coming in through their doors, and as with the travel industry, they are having to refund customers that pre-booked and have seen the sales slump, as well as more and more people are foregoing their holiday this year or are having their holiday close by and don't need a hotel. Also, resorts are having to close or reduce capacity to maintain social distancing and not spreading the virus around like it's a parcel. So those were the businesses that are hurting because of the pandemic. Let me know other businesses that are hurting in the comment section. Give it a like if you liked it, helps out, and subscribe. Got some nice videos planned. Until then, peace.